here we go again on my journey of building a PC to share my art on YouTube. And the last episode I had my power supply unit, which I foolishly installed into the PC case way before I needed to, because there's no room to get the cables in once the thing's in there. You go, oh, okay. So this week I'm trying to work out the motherboard, and it's a beautiful motherboard, but as usual I'm sort of a little bit lost as I work out where everything goes. So I hope you have some fun as you watch me try and put it all together. Okay, we'll do another take on this. Okay, so let's open up a box of goodies. This one's from a company called First Wave Technology. I've gone through all the stress of cutting it open, and congrats to First Wave on their lovely packing. I got 3 parts from them. I've got the cooler, the CPU, and the motherboard. So the cooler is just a basic tower cooler, Deep Cool AK400, and PC Part Picker was the one who recommended this cooler. I've actually got in my old PC a big Noctua double cooler. I think it was the DH14 or 15. I'm not sure if the 15 was a later model, but it was massive. And the reason I'm not reusing that at the moment is I just wasn't sure if the brackets would be the same, because my chip, the CPU, is just so old in this one. 4690K, I think. Classic chip in its day. It's done me well. Overclocked most of its life. Just great. But for the chip I'm now going to is much more basic, and it's going to be the i5 13500. And as I've said, I'm not going for a gaming PC. I'm just going for a video editing PC where I'm only video editing in 1080. So it's not a 4K machine, so there's no need to go bananas with the chip. And the case I've got, the pop here, probably doesn't have the best cooling at the moment for a super chip. Puny looking fans at the front. What have we got here? Oh, it's just packing. It was a power supply, but just packing, so that things don't go flying around. So nice solid packing from First Wave. They had the best prices in town for these, not so much the CPU, but definitely this motherboard. Let's get rid of that. So I'm going with the MAG Z690 TOMAHAWK Wi-Fi DDR4, which back in its day, which probably is actually only about a year or so ago, 2 years max, was a very good board, and the is a little bit overpowered for the CPU. The CPU, of course, is locked, and this board is designed for the K series chips, so you can overclock them. But I don't need to overclock. So why did I get this board? Well, because it had so much expandability. 4 M.2 connectors. One of them is PCI 3, but that's okay. There's some pretty cheap relatively cheap PCI 3 M.2s. I'm thinking of a 4 gig for storage, and I'm sure I'll end up using the other drives as well, instead of the traditional old hard drive, which I've still got a couple of. So this board was just really well spec'd, and more so than the 760s that I was looking at. And for DDR4, I'm going for stability, and I know that doesn't have an upgrade path, except I could later on swap out the chip for a more powerful one, and obviously I'll need a different cooling system, whether I go for water cooling or air cooling, I'm not sure. But this is the board. I'm very happy with the choice. The price was fantastic in comparison to other price boards, and it's got all the connectivity that I'm after. So I look forward to getting this into the case. I'll have to rip out the PSU and then drop this into the case, and we'll go from there. In fact, I'll probably stop for a coffee first. Okay, let's open this up. And, what have we got in here? Sometimes I wonder who designed these cardboard boxes that are so hard to get into. That looks like the Wi-Fi antenna. And let's just carefully get you out. Have a wee look underneath. Oh yes. That's all the bits we need. We've got some tiny strange screw. Thumb drive, that'll be a flash drive. Fantastic. When I got this PC, I did ask for the BIOS to be flashed. Because the chip that I've got, these are SATA cables, 2 SATA cables. It's a bit budget, but 2's better than none. The chip that I've got is the i5-13500, and because it came out later than the board, and the BIOS needed updating in order to get it to work from day one. And while I can do the flash BIOS, it really wasn't that big a deal to just ask them to do it for me. Another strange screw. I have no idea what that's for. Stickers. Right. We've got heatsink deco stickers, battery stickers. We'll think about that. It's not really my style. The installation guide, always handy. Classy. Little badge to stick on the PC should I want to. I never ever do that, but thank you. Warning. This product contains a button battery. Don't swallow it. It's alright, I had one of my wife's muffins earlier, so I'm not hungry. Thank you. Okay, and a QR code. And, oh, it's just so old school to get a user guide. So that's nice. We got nothing else. tech meets aesthetic. That's what it says on the box. And I guess we'll be the judge of that. I might need to put some rubber gloves on before I start fluffing around with this. My next step will be to drop this into the case, and I'm in two minds whether I show myself filming that. We'll see. I do like the fact it's got the integrated I/O cover. I've cut myself before on those sharp aluminium edges on a previous MSI. So great, let's drop this into the case and take another shot.